What's up guys, it's Mazarin. Today I'm going to be unboxing and doing a preview of Sony's new DualSense Edge controller, the first Elite controller that Sony has ever released. Coming in at $199, I'm hoping by the end of this, we find that this controller is worth that price tag. Alright, we got her out of the box. Came in this big safety cloth, I guess. And here is the case that the controller actually comes in. I guess it comes with a safety case, and it also has this little Velcro flap on the front of it. And that gives you access to the controller because you can stow the controller inside this thing. And it's like a, I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's like a hard shell plastic. You can pull that flap off the front of it, keep the controller safely inside if you need to, and plug it right in while it's still inside. The case itself is a pretty cool hard shell plastic. Little tabs here have the PlayStation icon on them. They look kind of cool. We open here. Wah! There it is. So inside we've got the actual DualSense Edge controller. Oh man, right away this thing feels hefty. There's like a texture on the R2 and L2 buttons that feels really good. So I like the black to black touchpad finish on the original DualSense. I like the way they both look, but man, the DualSense Edge feels really good in the hands. And another thing about the DualSense Edge is the back's right here. It feels more rubbery, so it sticks to your hands a little bit better as you're holding it. The face buttons feel really clicky and responsive. The sticks feel really good, brand new. Then down here at the bottom, you have these two FN function buttons. So you can add custom profiles to this, and I think they have a software pre-installed on the PS5 where you can change the profile, so you can change the dead zones. I think you can do some button mapping. You can move buttons around and stuff. And another new feature to this controller is that on the back here you have paddles. Now I don't have any plugged in right now, but these two ports here and here, you can plug these paddles in. So I'll show you that. Let me put some of those in. So what I noticed when I was putting these in is that they're kind of magnetic. You just slide them in and you can hear them lock into place by themselves. But on the back now, you have these two extra paddles. Now they have these half bumpers and these full bumpers that you can put in as well. Now the difference is where they reach. These reach all the way out here, and maybe if you're playing, you wouldn't like those because your fingers are here. Like mine, I probably have a problem with these. My fingers would hit these pretty easily. And you can assign buttons to these with the software that's on the PS5. But it's cool that they have options. Another feature this controller has is these stoppers for the L2, R2. So they have a half step right in the middle. So the R2 only goes down so far, and then all the way, and it barely goes down. And that's for things like shooters. So you have instant R2 response. I think turning these on removes the haptic feedback rumble feature of the L2, R2. You don't get the feeling if you have those activated. It disables that. Then another feature we have is this faceplate right here comes off, and you can completely take out these modules on the controller. You can completely remove the thumbsticks, and the reason for that being that it's been said, and it hasn't happened to me yet, but some of the current DualSense controllers have stick drift. That's your solution to this. I think the modules are $20 a piece if you want to get new ones. So I'm going to take this faceplate off and we'll look underneath and see what that looks like. Okay, so underneath here, there's a release button you have to flip over. And I think when you flip this over, yeah, it just pops this faceplate up for you. So there's a release button underneath here. You flip that over, the faceplate just pops off on its own. You can see the naked skeleton of it there. These little levers right here release the modules. So you just pop this up, and you can hear it disconnect, and this comes right out. The whole thing comes right out. You still have your 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And then finally, the last thing you can do is I know you can take these thumbstick caps off because they have different thumbstick caps. So you have ones that are high domes, and they're the classic convex shape like the old, like maybe PS3, which I personally like because I don't know if it's just me and I do a lot of flying on Battlefield, and I love these concave thumbsticks on the original DualSense, but man, when you're holding this thing one direction for a very long time, when you're flying and pulling up and constantly using this stick, it really wrecks my thumb. But these are the classic convex, like you would have with the PS3. Some people may or may not like that. And then also the controller comes with the concave, in case you like that, that's still there. But you have the half dome, and then you have the high dome. And I believe that's also for like range of motion when you're aiming and stuff on like first person shooter games. I'll try to show you guys here. Yep, and they just pop right up and out. I was trying to twist it, don't do that. Guess I'll put one of the full domes on there and see how that looks. And then boom, you can just hear it click right in. But there you have that. Those are the high domes on there. And I don't know if you could tell like how far high they're sticking off of that. But if you don't like that and you want the classic, but you still want the convex, oh man, that feels so nice. That it just takes me back to the PlayStation 3 already. There's your classic convex. And you can see they don't stick too high off of the controller. I want to say that's probably the same as the normal DualSense. Not too high off the controller. Another thing that I've heard that's a problem with these controllers that Sony themselves kind of came out and said is that the battery life on this controller is moderately less than it is with the original DualSense. So that could be a problem if you're looking to purely play wirelessly. Now, one thing they have done to, I don't know, necessarily mitigate that, but if you play close to your PlayStation and you really don't want to deal with any wireless latency, they give you a really long braided USB-C cable. Now, another cool thing about this cable is it has a lock-in feature on the controller, which I'll show you guys. On this little piece here, what you do is you pop open the bottom of it, like so, and you can set your USB-C cable in there, put the cable in there like that, you lock it down. This thing kind of feels really flimsy. I don't know how long this thing will last, but you can then take this, plug it right into your DualSense Edge controller. So once it's plugged in, you flip this little switch towards the controller here, and it locks it onto the controller. That way you're always wired. I don't know how necessary that's going to be. Again, this is just a preview. I haven't touched the thing until now. So we'll see how bad or good the battery life is. I found the battery life on the PS5, the standard DualSense controllers, to be pretty good. Another thing I wanted to mention, guys, was that I use the PlayStation DualSense charging station to keep my controllers ready to go. And fortunately, the DualSense Edge will fit right into this thing, no problem. So if you use this thing regularly like I do, then no worries here. You can just take your faceplate when you're done making your modifications and whatever. So it does have some slots up here that you fit this under. It's kind of, I ain't gonna be able to show you with my camera, but you kind of gotta take under the faceplate, there's like a hook. You push it down under, and then you flap the back of the faceplate down and it sticks on there. But this is like the faceplate's like a real shiny kind of gloss. So I think that might be a problem for people that don't like to get fingerprints all over everything. Maybe don't eat Doritos and play with this thing. But overall, I'm excited to give it a try. For $199, it certainly feels like premium quality. Well, guys, that's the DualSense Edge controller. It's a very sleek looking, well-made piece of hardware. I haven't got a chance to use it yet, but I'll be using it almost exclusively over on my stream at twitch.tv/Mazamoon. You guys should go follow me there. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you guys want to see more videos like this. I love tech stuff, and I love PlayStation, so I had to share it with you guys. I really appreciate you guys checking this video out. Thanks for being here. See you guys next time.